What is good with y'all, man? So today we're going to be going over the best abilities to run a Madden 21 and what are the best strategy cards to run. Like, just what is the best stuff, period. I'm not going to give you stuff that's like, oh, this isn't bad or this is decent. No, I'm going to give you, these are the best things to run in the game. Like, just the best of the best. We're not giving you anything mediocre or average, the best of the best. So, first up, strategy card wise, there's two. It's either you run on offense the deep route specialist, and the reason why a deep route specialist is because it is the strat card on offense that gives your wide receivers speed. That is the best one to run, period. So you can have the fastest wide receivers, period. But the thing is with the strat cards, though, because I know people are like, oh, well, you can't have the same one. You can have the same the name, like you have deep route specialist, the only one that gives your wide receiver speed, so you have to get two deep route specialists. It's just that the stats have to be a little bit different, like the alignment of it, like deep route, run, release, catching, that stuff has to be kind of different. But they will give you speed, so that's the one you want to get on offense. The deep route specialist, that's the best one to get, period. And on defense, the best one to get is in the zone. In the zone gives all your DBs speed, right? So corners and safeties, it'll give all those guys speed, so you get up to 2+ speed on them once you get both of those. Those are the best strategy cards to run, period, if you know what I mean, that because those are the most important guys on the field. I mean, corners and safeties getting speed wise, I mean, because you got to think about it, most people run safeties at middle linebacker also, so that's like those guys in the middle are getting speed, the guys back deep are getting speed, and the corners are getting speed. Everyone's getting speed, so that's why you want to get those ones. So in the zone and deep route specialists or the strategy cards you want to be going for, those are the best of the best. Now let's go ahead and get to the abilities. We're going to start off with offense with the quarterback. Some of the best abilities you can run for the QBs. Number one, pass lead elite. Pass lead elite is really good. Since they did the AP change, a lot of people are thinking, well, what do I do? Gunslinger and escape artist is really expensive. If you don't want to pay for that, you could go escape artist to pass lead elite. It's still really good. The only thing I would highly recommend is, though, you make sure your quarterback has a very good release if you're going to run pass lead elite. If your quarterback does not have a good release, I do not run pass lead elite. Pass lead elite is basically set feet lead, but you don't have to set your feet, and you're able to lead through every pass. You can make all the throws just like Gunslinger. It just doesn't come out as fast. That's the only difference. So it is really good. And if you don't want to pay for the Gunslinger, it's a really good option. It's actually what I'm using right now. So another one is obviously Gunslinger. Gunslinger is if your quarterback has a shit release, it'll turn into a decent release. You know what I mean? He gets the ball extremely fast, lots of velocity on the ball. You can throw it all over the place. You probably go against people all the time using Gunslinger. It is probably the best throwing ability in the game, but it's also one of the most expensive ones, which it shouldn't be. It doesn't make sense. Escape artist is the next one for QBs. You could have a 97 speed quarterback, and he could feel like Tom Brady in the pocket because you don't have escape artist. Once you put escape artist on, you're able to get out the pocket with ease, and it just makes your life a whole lot easier. Personally, what I run is I run pass elite and escape artist. Before the AP change, before they changed the AP, I did escape artist and Gunslinger. It's too much now, so I just use escape and a pass elite. The last QB ability we're gonna go here is Hot Route Master. Hot Route Master, you can hot route everybody on the field. Everybody on the field is gonna get 4 extra hot routes. Your running back gets the 4 additional hot routes. Your tight ends, your slot receiver, your outside receiver, your fullback, right? It doesn't matter who it is. Anyone that could go on a route is getting 4 extra hot routes with Hot Route Master. If you're a guy that likes to use a pocket quarterback, I would say throw this on with like Gunslinger, or if he doesn't get Gunslinger, pass lead elite, and it'll, you know what I mean, you'll be able to cook up some hot ones. So those are probably the best QB abilities in the game, period, that you could put on. Let's go ahead and look at the running back. We do got a few for the running backs. We do have a few. I run leapfrog, but that's something else. Don't worry about that. Backfield master. Basically, backfield master is it's running back apprentice and backfield mismatch combined into one ability. And receiving backs get it for 1 AP. Other backs, I think power backs, I don't think they get it. Elusive backs get it for 2 AP. It's basically backfield mismatch. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a route. It's kind of like a slot-o-matic in a way for the running backs. You know, they get better route running and better catching. But then the backfield master is that, plus the running back apprentice, which running back apprentice is just 4 hot routes you get for the running back period, which backfield master gets it all. But that kind of brings us to some of the other abilities I was going to talk about running back apprentice. So let's say you got a power back. He doesn't get backfield master. That's fine. You can throw running back apprentice on him. It's should be 1 AP for him as well. He'll get the 4 additional hot routes. It's really good, you know, because power backs, they don't get backfield master. So it's a good alternative to have. And the last ability for the running backs is going to be backfield mismatch. They get better route running and catching against linebackers. So basically, it'll light up almost kind of like a route tech for the running back. And they'll also be able to make a little bit of tougher catches. So it's really going to help too in man coverage for the running backs. It is very good. I've used it. So those are probably the 3 abilities I'd say for the running backs. You got backfield mismatch, you got running back apprentice, and then backfield master, which if you have a receiving back, just go with backfield master because it's all that combined into one. But let's say you got an elusive back, maybe go with backfield mismatch. I think even for a power back, backfield mismatch is actually 2 AP. So for power back, maybe just running back apprentice. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the running backs. Let's go ahead and go to the receivers. I only really have 2 abilities I would say for the receivers. I know a lot of people, they'll say go with the deep ends, the deep out elites, but me personally, I'm not crazy. I've used deep in and deep out elite, and I don't know, I wasn't too crazy on it. I'll say it as an honorable mention. Deep in and deep out elite, you get better catching on you know deep out routes or deep in routes, inside the numbers, outside the numbers. You know what I mean? For deep in is inside the numbers, deep out is outside numbers. You'll basically pretty much, if it hits him in the hands, he's pretty much going to catch it. But me personally, I wasn't too crazy about it, so I'm not going to, I'll throw it in there as an honorable mention. But the ones I do want to get to, slot apprentice. Slot apprentice, I would definitely recommend this for a slot receiver. He gets it for 1 AP. Slot apprentice, because the slot receiver, his hot routes, he gets some really good routes. You got the corner route, you got the post route you could put him on, you got the deep crosser you could put him on. There's really good routes that you could hot route the slot receiver to, which is why slot apprentice is really good. So that is one that I would say is definitely pretty big. And the last one I'm going to go with is route technician. Route runners get it for 2 AP. Everybody else gets it for 3 AP. Route tech, every single route they run, their route running will become insane. They will pretty much get wide open. This is really good because press man is starting to become kind of good. So route techs out there will definitely help get your guys open. Would definitely recommend it. Get some route runner receivers out there. They get it for 2 AP. It'll make your life a little bit easier. And that's all I really got to say for the receivers. I know people are going to say the slot-o-matics. There's all these other abilities. But if we're talking the best of the best, I'm going to say route tech and slot apprentice. Not even wide receiver apprentice. Slot apprentice. Which they have to be in the slot, obviously, to use it. Like, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Tight ends, though. I do have one ability I want to say for tight end. It's actually what I run on my tight ends. Because I run an offense where it's 2 tight ends and 2 wide receivers. Tight end apprentice, it's very good. Tight end. If you actually use your tight end, it's very good. Because some of the routes you can put the tight ends on. The tight end crosser is really good because unlike the wide receiver crosser, you can hot route the slot receiver on. He runs that. I would say he runs that crosser about what, 30 to whatever yards. It's a pretty deep crosser. The tight end crosser is about 15 yards. It's a lot shorter. It's really good to get underneath some of those zones. And like I said, the offense I run, I use 2 tight end apprentices. I use two tight ends on the field at the same time. So I think tight end apprentice is really good. I'll definitely recommend it. And the very last ability for offense, your offensive lineman, the only ability I could say I'd recommend for you guys is post-ups. They're 2 AP. They used to be 1 AP. Then decided to raise them, which I don't really know why. The best people to put these on is your left guard and your right guard. Nobody else. And if you're going to put them on, I would say you have to put them on both of them, your left guard and your right guard, because it's one of them things where they just got to go together. But that, because what will happen is basically with the post-ups, double team blocks, like the guys who get double team, they shouldn't get shedded at all. Because if you notice, a lot of times the guy gets double team and he breaks through it a lot, which happens a lot in this game. But with post-ups, that won't really happen as much at all. It'll cut down on that a lot, but it is 2 AP. So yeah, that's about it for the offensive abilities. Let's go ahead and go over to defense. There's not a lot for defense because I feel like, me personally, there's a lot of abilities on defense that don't really do anything. I think they're stupid and they're just not very good. I have one ability for middle linebackers. Yes, that's right. We do have an ability for the middle linebackers. If you do happen to use middle linebackers, which I wouldn't recommend, and it is Lurker. If you're going to use middle linebackers, which I don't recommend because they do not jump unless you put a specific ability on them. Lurker, they will be able to jump, but you are going to want to get a field general middle linebacker because he gets it for 1 AP, so it'll be a lot cheaper. So that new Luke Kuechly, for example, he gets Lurker for 1 AP. You could also throw Acrobat on him for 2 AP. But I wouldn't recommend using middle linebackers. Safeties are a lot faster, and they can shed right off linemen and make plays just like middle linebackers. So it's just better, you know what I mean? So it's sad that it's like that, but it really is how it is. So all right, now for this is going to stand for corners, safeties, whatever. Acrobat is probably the best possible ability to run on defense. I don't care what anybody tells you, I don't care what you think. This is how you are going to get turnovers. The diving interceptions, this is how you're going to get turnovers. I mean, especially having on this user, if you have a tall user, for example, Isaiah Simmons, who I use, right, or who most people use, I mean, put that thing on him and you are going to be, you could be not really even playing a route. Ted Hendricks, for example, like, you don't have to be playing a route, but you could just swoop in and steal that thing. It is, this is beyond a must-have ability to have. You could put, honestly, I would say put this all over the field. I have this thing on both my safeties. I have this on my slot corner, both my sub linebackers. I got this on a lot of people. This is a must-have ability. This is how you're going to get turnovers. Another one I would highly recommend, very good ability, Pick Artist. If you are struggling with people throwing jump balls on you, you're not catching your picks when guys are just throwing the ball deep and throwing stupid passes, Pick Artist will fix that. They will pick that ball off. I can't tell you how many times a guy throws a beyond stupid pass. He just throws it. He goes deep, throws it up. Guy doesn't pick it off. It's just not picked off. It goes down as an incompletion when he should pay for a pick. Pick Artist is going to fix that. They're going to pick that thing right off and get you your turnover. So me, how I run it is I run Pick Artist on both my free safety, strong safety. I run it on both my outside corners, and that's pretty much how I run it. Because, you know, guys on the perimeter, I feel like, are the guys that are a lot of times. I basically run the acrobats. You know, in the middle of the field is where balls get low balled, and that's where Pick Artist is going to come in to steal passes. Or not Pick Artist, acrobat. Pick Artist on the outsides where guys throw, like, you know, stupid pass. I don't know. It's hard to explain. I got a video going over that. Just go through my videos. But Pick Artist is very good. And the last two abilities I think I want to go over, it's on the defensive line. There is two abilities that I would say are really good. The first one being Double or Nothing. The only problem with Double or Nothing is, though, it is 3 AP. It grants dominant pass rush, wins at twice the cost. This is one of the best pass rushing abilities in the game. If you guys remember, last year was really good. I think it was only 2 AP. They raised it this year to 3 AP because it's, you know, pretty good. Basically, it's a roll of the dice kind of thing. You know, it's either some plays they won't get any pressure, or some plays when it actually does work, they're going to get right to the quarterback. It's very good. It just costs a little bit. An honorable mention, I will say, is Edge Threat. If you like to use Edge Threat off the edge, dominant pass rush moves from the edge. If somebody has a edge protector, though, it's not going to work. It's going to get canceled out. But the good thing is, though, most people don't really run edge protectors. But if someone does, though, it's not going to work. That's why I say it as an honorable mention, because it can just pretty much get canceled out. But the last ability I am going to recommend is, where's it at? Under Pressure. This is an ability that can win you a game. Basically, even if your defender is not completely near the quarterback, if he has this ability on, it will light up sometimes, even if he's not even really near the quarterback, and cause an under pressure and accurate. And I think you guys know in this game, quarterbacks already get a lot of under pressure and accurate. So if you have a way to kind of make it to where they can get even more under pressures, like inaccurates and ability, and they don't even have to be completely near them at all, this is very big. This is an ability that I think I am going to start running myself. I just got to figure out how I want to run it. I would recommend putting this on your D tackles because, you know, when the quarterback wants to step up in the pocket, he could be stepping up into an under pressure and accurate, which is crazy. Like I'm saying, he could be engaged with the lineman and it could still light up as an under pressure and accurate and give the quarterback that. So it's a pretty big ability. It's very big. I saw a few guys running this in MCS, and it almost kind of gave me an idea. I might start putting this on. I got to figure out how I want to work my AP though. But yeah, those are pretty much, in my opinion, the best of the best abilities to run in the game, and obviously the best strategy cards to run in the game. Yeah, let me know if you guys using some of these abilities. Do you feel like an ability was left off? I obviously know there's abilities that are left off that were good, but we're talking best of the best. If you want to have the best things out there as possible, these are the best ones. So that's pretty much gonna do it though, boys. Like, comment, subscribe, man, and your boy is out.